What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I'm gonna be going over collab characters and why I think that support collab characters are actually better than most DPS collab characters in Grand Cross. So let's get into the video. So before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 20k subscribers, man. And at the time of recording this video, I'm at 19,080 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So you guys have been showing a ton of support since the last video, and so I appreciate it a ton. But yeah, let's talk about it in this video. The support units being better than DPS characters. So I wanted to start this video by letting you guys know that, I could be wrong, specifically about Rimuru, but I've gotten a good enough of a grasp and seen, Davo play with Rimuru myself, and even Sora a little bit. So I've kind of gotten an idea, of how good Rimuru can actually be. And so I kind of wanted to, bring this topic up to you guys about how I think, in my opinion, I think collab characters that are support type characters are actually, they last a lot longer than a DPS character from a collab. So let's talk about it, man. Starting off with Rimuru himself, he's a DPS character. You guys know this. You've seen how hard this guy can hit, right? From the updated slime collab, right? And he looks like he's going to be really good, but the only thing that I see as a downside to Rimuru is that he's not what's the word, man? He can't do things on his own. He has to rely on the enemy to, apply buffs. You know what I'm saying? So if the enemy is not applying buffs, he's not gonna be able to get his stacks. The only way you could force it, I guess, would be with Droll on the Rimuru side. But if you're not using Droll, you're not able to actually force enemies to use their buffs to buff up Rimuru. Obviously, he still has his Holy Relic giving him 80% Pierce rate just outright, which is very strong on top of the already pretty high Pierce rate he has at base, and then alongside 500% Pierce, tripling the Pierce rate, right? So overall, Rimuru looks like he's going to be really good, but I feel, in my opinion, Shuna will probably last longer overall, long term, than Rimuru. And we've seen this with many characters before. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this with many characters before. From the ReZero collab, I personally think that Ram is the best one from that collab since the release, and the reason for that is because she is a support type character. She's increasing the unknown race allies basic stats by 20%. If you have Ram and you use any unknown race team, she is a backline for 20% free basic stats. That is really good, man, and that's what I think kind of make or breaks these characters, especially from collabs, because collab characters don't come often. They get one run and then possibly a rerun, you know what I'm saying? And so when these DPS characters release, they start to fall off over time, and I feel like Rimuru will probably get that treatment a little bit later, down the line. But Shuna is also one of those types of characters where she's a support type for unknown race as well, so decreases damage received by unknown race allies by 20%. Is not the craziest in the world, but it's still pretty good. And then her Holy Relic is going to be cleansing 1 debuff skill every time she uses a recovery skill, and then also giving allies 20% pierce rate, which I think is a pretty good support type deal here, which she has value because of that. And obviously, not to take away from Rimuru, because he's still a really good DPS type character, but the problem is with DPS type characters, they eventually fall off. We've seen this with a lot of characters already in Grand Cross. The one Escanor has fallen off a lot. Lost Vein Meliodas, when you release, has fallen off. A lot of the older characters are starting to fall off. Even, you could say Festival King has kind of fallen off a little bit as well. You could actually say that, the new one. So it kind of goes to show, right? That's the kind of idea that I'm proposing to you guys. Alright, so a few more examples just to put my point ahead is Kyo and Terry from the KOF collab. So Kyo actually, before this Holy Relic, he was still a really good character, applying 2 ignites on every enemy and then getting damage reduction for it. That was already really good from his passive. But then when he got this Holy Relic here, where he applies an extra 2 ignite effects on top of the fact that he already is applying 6 ignites on 3 characters on the field, he was actually able to fully proc Festival Zeldris' passive, which is another support type character, which I'll actually pull up because I actually forgot to pull up Festival Zeldris here. But he is another support type character that benefits a lot from this type of thing. So increases allies basic stats by 3% for every debuff applied on the enemy, and Kyo applies that full passive instantly. That's why he got so much value when he got his Holy Relic, because of that. You know what I'm saying? And because of having a supportive type ability like that, it really helps the team, man. Another example, as I said, was Terry. Terry, you know, he can be a DPS and a support type character because he's the one taking gauge. You know, he has gauge control, and then he also has a stance skill here, which is actually going to be countering the enemy every time they attack, right? And then alongside all of that, when he's in PvP, you know, he lowers the enemy's all stats for the guy with the highest HP, which is going to be a pretty good way to nuke the enemy DPS, like, depending on what they get. And then also his stance skill here is going to give him all stats increase and cleanse the debuffs every time he uses a stance skill. So having that effect on a Purgatory Bond team, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be another threat on the team that you have to worry about, because you already have to worry about, you know, Purgatory Bond, but now you have to worry about a Terry who also has a Power Strike AoE ultimate, you know what I'm saying? So like characters like this that give you that support and act as that role, I feel like from collabs definitely age a lot better than per se like a DPS like Rimuru. Like even another DPS character we can even talk about is Amelia. Amelia definitely fell off since her release, even though she's a really good character still. Like she had the freeze on the rank 1, she has dissolve on the AoE, and then she also has the Lost Vein ultimate. She's just fallen off because there's no like place for her in the meta, man, because she always just gets, you know, one banged anyway. You know, her passive being kind of like a Tarmiel's Grace, where if you get attacked twice the enemy gets frozen, instead of the, like, you know, the block effect, it's freezing the enemy and then cleansing the team. But the thing is with Amelia, she's so squishy that it doesn't really matter anymore, man. And so Ram actually got a lot more value just because she's able to boost any unknown race character by 20% basic stats. And that's why I feel like support characters in general are actually going to be more of a benefit long term from a collab than per se a DPS. So, you know, if you guys were thinking about like characters like when you're summoning on a collab banner, just keep that in mind, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the DPS character will be fun for like when they have their time to release, and I feel like over time they'll probably, you know, start to fall off a little bit. It happens with every type of meta, man. It is what it is. But I feel like support characters have a lot more longevity than, you know, DPS characters in general. They're always just meant to last, you know. Because when you have a character like this, you have to power creep this character to you know, make this one irrelevant. So the only way they would make Ram irrelevant is if they release a character with unknown race basic stats 25% or 30%, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, in my opinion, is kind of the idea I was going for when I'm talking about this, you know, support characters versus DPS characters with collabs. And I think my examples were pretty good as well. You know, Kyo being a really strong support. Shuna is looking like a really good support for Pierce and then also damage reduction, so she's looking really good. And then on top of Ram having the all allies or all unknown race allies basic stats 20%, you know, it's coming to, you know, be really good for these support type characters. And then, you know, we'll see how long Rimuru lasts in terms of how like, dominant he can be. But I feel like he'll get kind of the same treatment as Assault Meliodas, in where he's kind of like, you know, waiting for the enemy to attack. You know, he can't really, you know, go for what he wants to do, right? You know, it obviously depends. We'll have to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.